All right.
Oh, man, I didn't know about that.
Sir, how you doing?
Doing the windows and siding over in my house. I'm glad I retired.
You're very welcome. Oh, really?
Say, but I'll bring it to you this week.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
I miss doing it in one way, but the other way. I did it for 45 years. I mean, building houses and everything. Yeah.
Okay, it is now 6 o'clock. We'll convene the meeting. If we could have roll call, please.
Commissioner Hoffman.
Present.
Commissioner Asper.
Present.
Commissioner Heinzerling.
Present.
Commissioner Lamore.
Present.
Commissioner Wenzel.
Present.
Commissioner Swartout.
Present.
Commissioner Moore.
Here.
Commissioner Levens.
Present.
Quorum present.
We now all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance led by Commissioner Lamore. We'll now have our opening prayer.
Heavenly Father, in our hearts we plan our course, but we pray that you establish our steps. I pray that we seek you for advice. Let us not make decisions based upon what we know, but let us act based upon your wisdom. Please guide us, Lord. We place this meeting in your hands. We place our hearts and our minds in your hands so that you may direct us. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Now if we could have a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll make the motion.
Moved by Swartout, supported by Lamore. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hoffman.
Yes.
Commissioner Asper.
Yes.
Commissioner Heinzerling.
Yes.
Commissioner Lamore.
Yes.
Commissioner Wenzel.
Yes.
Commissioner Swartout.
Yes.
Commissioner Moore.
Yes.
Commissioner Levens.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Next on the agenda is approval of minutes from the October 7, 2025 regular meeting. Could I get a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved without the reading.
Moved by Lamore,
Second.
supported by Heinzerling. Are there questions or corrections on the minutes? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Commissioner Asper.
Yes.
Commissioner Heinzerling.
Yes.
Commissioner Lamore.
Yes.
Commissioner Wenzel.
Yes.
Commissioner Swartout.
Yes.
Commissioner Moore.
Yes.
Commissioner Levens.
Yes.
Commissioner Hoffman.
Yes.
Motion carries.
We'll now move into our first round of public comment. Are there citizens who wish to address the board?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ned Berkey here. A couple of issues in agriculture quickly. One that's local and one that potentially could be local, but likely is not, as far as we know. First of all, locally, what I call the sludge boys are out. The guys who are incorporating sewage sludge into farmland are out in the Dundee, Ida, Monroe area. I've been here 33 years. It's been an issue for 40 years. What do you do with sewage sludge? You either incinerate it, you landfill it, or you land apply it. So it's being land applied. The science, the technology, the agronomics, the treatment of this has improved tremendously over my 33 years. I would have no trouble putting it on my land if I needed to do so. I'm too small. The problem we always run into, including this year, is the person running the tractor in the field or the person driving the truck down the road always have spills, or they're applying too close to surface drainage or making some kind of a misapplication, creating a potential hazard. It's incorporated because there are pathogens in the sludge. Pathogen is a disease-causing organism. They're either fungi, bacteria, or viruses, so most commonly fungal pathogens. And so it's incorporated so that people wouldn't get sick handling it, or animals wouldn't get sick. Biosolids is another term you may hear, and that generally means that there are no live pathogens and it would be safe to apply to the soil surface. Kids could play in it, livestock, not a problem. So if you see it incorporated, you know it has what I would call sludge, has the pathogens. And we have both of those applied in Monroe County. Currently it is the sludge. If done properly, it's a wonderful soil amendment. If done improperly, it's a real contamination hazard. So that's one issue. Second issue is something you probably haven't heard about per se. It's called New World screwworm. It's a pest found in Central America. And the only issue that really came up is there was a human case in Maryland. A person came up from El Salvador, flew into Baltimore, and they had this larva in their body. So this is a fly. The adult is a fly, larger than a regular fly. It's common to more central and warmer climates, Central American warmer climates. We're not likely to get it. The issue that affects us is that there are no cattle being imported to the U.S. from Mexico. So it's maybe 1 million head a year not coming in here to help our beef supply and the price of meat go down. So this year, the price of meat's up 25%. It's all-time record highs. Our supplies of beef in this country are as low as they were in the 1950s, and they're not projected to increase the supply for at least 2 to 3 years. So price of beef's going to go up. If you like steak, make sure you enjoy it. The only good news, sir, is turkeys, I heard today, are 99 cents a pound. So the loss leaders for the holiday season looks like it's going to be turkeys. So 2 ag issues, sir. Hopefully we don't hear about the screwworm coming in through the airport, which is the weak link in the whole system through the airports. Thank you, sir.
Hi, my name's Gloria Raffco, and I want to address something about the community college. It seems like everybody's forgetting about the kids that go there, and I'm sure a lot of people voting against it went there and forget where they came from. Everybody doesn't fit in school, okay? I'm a past teacher. Some kids just don't fit in. They can go out to the community college, and it's called the middle college. It's great for some kids that are able to go there and still feel like they're part of something. They can go for dual enrollment, which they can stay in their high school and still go both places, at which time they can receive a certificate. Some kids, like I said, don't fit in. Some kids are much brighter. For them to be able to do that, it helps. They can go as a direct school for 2 years, get a certificate, and maybe that's what they need for whatever career they're picking. Or they can go there for 2 years with counseling out there, help them to get into a 4-year school. So they've already taken 2 years in the Monroe area, then move on. Some kids aren't ready at, 17 to go to college away from home. So this is very helpful. And for the kids that are there right now, a lot of them are worried. Is school going to be there? Are they cutting back? But a lot of the parents who are putting up these no signs seem to forget that it's there for the kids. Although everybody in this room, if you don't have a degree, you can go out there for free. You can get a certificate. Monroe has a lot of good things going. Okay, we have great parks. We have a theater downtown. We've got the theater out at the college, which I'm sure everybody in this room has been there at least once in their life. And we've got the college, which is a blessing for a lot of places that come from Toledo, downriver. It's not just Monroe kids that go there. But they seem to be getting lost in this whole thing. It seems like a bunch of adults are fighting because they want to tell the college what to do. You don't get that right. If you have a problem with an issue, go out there and talk to somebody. But don't put signs up, no, because I'm telling you what to do. I don't understand And I've seen the paperwork where people have tried to say, you're going to do this or we're going to do this. It's kind of a sick thing. So I really hope that people that are voting on November 4th will vote for the school. And if you have an issue with it, go out there and talk to somebody. Don't get so angry that you're denying all these kids. Remember, a lot of kids, we used to have a lot of, or more jobs, good jobs in Monroe. We've lost a lot of industry. A lot of kids can't afford to go somewhere else. They can go there. They can get a start. So please vote yes. Thank you.
And I did not coach her. My name is Kojo. I am the president of Monroe County Community College. Chairman Wenzel, esteemed members of the esteemed commissioners. I'm here to not even talk about the millage, but to address the issues when myths are mistaken for facts, when myths become facts. And let me just talk about a couple of those examples for you. There's this myth that's going around that MCCC allows men and girls bathrooms. There is no documented evidence to that effect. Didn't happen, doesn't happen. We have cameras in the hallways, not in the bathrooms, in the hallways. And we have scoured those cameras. There is no issue of men going into girls' bathrooms. It's a myth, which has been mistaken for fact. This concept of indoctrination of our students. We have the Higher Learning Commission that oversees institutions like ours and all colleges in the entire Midwest, from Chicago all the way down through Missouri and here also, Ohio and here in Michigan. And they review our curricula on a regular basis. They review our courses. They come on campus to do a visit every 5 or 10 years. They were just there 3 years ago. And they have found no evidence of indoctrination. It is unfortunate when enough people repeat this stuff, the myths, then unfortunately are accepted by some as facts. I'm not here to discuss the millage. I'm just concerned about the marring of our reputation as a college, an institution that's been here for 61 years, that served this community so well, whose economic impact on this community is $363 million. That's ranked in the top 10%, top 9%, snuck in below 10, that's top 9% in the entire nation. And our reputation is being destroyed by some who are taking these myths and turning them into unfortunate facts. And that there's extortion, there is misrepresentation, and we had a meeting last week, and some of the Facebook posts have been taken down because they were not factual, not our posts, the posts of the opposition. So that's all I have to say. I appreciate the opportunity to be here. Thank you. And we appreciate your support. Thank you.
Hello, Commissioners. My name's Rebecca Pasco, and I'm the chairperson of Monroe Community Mental Health Authority. And I'm here to invite you to a town hall tomorrow at the Ellis Library from 3 to 5, and invite the whole community as well, not just the commissioners, but addressing you. So we will be having a special speaker from the state level come and talk about some issues at the state level and how it's affecting mental health, as well as Lisa Graham, our CEO, will be discussing strategic plans for CMH in the coming year, as well as I will be introducing a new chairperson for our community relations committee, and he will be discussing outreach and education that we're trying to implement in Monroe County. So I hope that many of you can make it. It's going to be a time for question and answer, where I know that oftentimes there's confusion about who can get into mental health services and how you do it. Things have changed quite a bit since we've become a CCBHC. And whereas 2 years ago, if you had, say, an insurance like Blue Cross, you couldn't get in, you can now get in. So it's really important for us to get the word out. And so the more people that we can get to come to our town hall, the better it would help our community. And as you guys get educated on it, then you can tell people, and we can really get the word out a lot faster that we really have a lot more services, in addition to the fact that we just opened an urgent care mental health facility. So we really want to get the information out, and I hope that you guys can make it. Thanks.
Are there any other citizens who wish to address the board? We'll now move into finance matters. Item 1, payment of the October 22nd, 2000. I'm sorry. There are no resolutions, special tributes, and presentation. I'll now entertain a motion to go into closed session to discuss collective bargaining.
So moved.
Moved by Lamore, supported by Hoffman. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Hoffman?
Yes.
Commissioner Asper? Commissioner Heinzerling?
Yes.
Commissioner Lamore?
Yes.
Commissioner Wenzel?
Yes.
Commissioner Swartout?
Yes.
Commissioner Moore?
Yes.
Commissioner Levens?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Lot of hot air.
Okay, thank you, Jacob.
Are we back?
We are in open session. We are in open session.
Okay, we're now back in open session. We'll move on with the published agenda. Our next item is under finance matters.
Oh, you have to do
Make a
the.
motion to close session?
I'm sorry.
Yep, Mr. Chair, if I may, now that we're back out of closed session, if it pleases the board, I make a motion to approve the direction of the collective bargaining as process as outlined by the bargaining team.
Second. second that.
Moved by Levin, supported by Huffman. Any questions on the motion? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Heinzerling,
Yes.
Commissioner Lamore,
Yes.
Commissioner Wenzel,
Yes.
Commissioner Swartout,
Yes.
Commissioner Moore,
No.
Commissioner Levens,
Yes.
Commissioner Hoffman,
Yes.
Commissioner Asper.
No.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Now we'll move into finance matters. Payment of the October 22 accounts payable current claims report in the amount of $1,333,431.62. If I could get a motion, please.
So moved.
Moved by Swartout, supported by Lamore. Now I'll turn it over to Ms. Myers.
Good evening. Page number 1, vendor number 12950, Advantis Pasture. It's clinic supplies for the health department. Vendor number 80350, Herkimer Radio Service, maintenance on sheriff radio equipment. On page number 2, vendor number 100451, Johnson Controls. It's maintenance on the main jail chiller. Page number 3, vendor number 140499, Northern Concrete Pipe, Inc., drain project costs paid through the Drain Commission. Vendor number 180199, Recovery Mobile Clinic, services provided through the opioid settlement funds. And on page number 7, vendor is Vet Bureau, 21st Mortgage Corporation. It's emergency assistance provided to an indigent veteran, and that's the end of my list.
Are there any questions?
I have one question, Sue. This one for TriTech software, is that in line? That's a huge.
That's the Central Square software. That's the jail records management system, the sheriff department,
all the
central
local law
dispatch,
enforcement agencies
fire
who contribute
departments.
and share. It's our public safety.
So it's all in
public
order.
safety. Thank you. That's
It's
a
all
better
in
way.
order then.
Yes, it is.
Any other questions? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Commissioner Asper,
Yes.
Commissioner Heinzerling,
No.
Commissioner Lamore,
Yes.
Commissioner Wenzel,
Yes.
Commissioner Swartout,
Yes.
Commissioner Moore,
No.
Commissioner Levens,
No.
Commissioner Hoffman.
No.
We are at a tie. It's 4-4.
Doesn't pass then.
Motion does not pass.
Thank you.
I'll now turn it over to Mr. Bosanic for an update on the 2026 annual line item budget.
Okay. We always struggle with, is it on? Is it off? All right. Thank you, Mr. Chairman and Commissioners. I'll be fairly brief as I roll through the presentation. And part of the reason for brevity is we're preliminary at this point, and I wanted to make sure that the board had an update. We have several more rounds of refinement that are going to take place, but I'm going to focus on the general fund, which is your chief operating fund. I'm going to cover the key areas of the budget, and I'll summarize those. I'm going to discuss some of the major differences from the current year to what we have in the preliminary figures so far. We do have a few unknowns to solve prior to the recommended budget being developed and presented to the board. Then I'm going to talk about what's remaining to finish up, and then that includes our roll into the next steps. Is that full screen? Okay, all right. Not questioning you. I'm just questioning it. How about that? So in public safety, which is always an important part of our mission and function to the community, it's projected to be 44 to 46% of our general fund. That's in that range of where we're always consistent. Last year it was 47%, but as the budget grows, that percentage may change. It doesn't mean that public safety is diminished in any way, and that takes you kind of to the next line where we look at the total expenditures for all public safety in all funds are increasing year over year. And when you look at that increase over the last 3 years, nearly $7 million, I think that's representative of the investment in public safety and the priority in public safety. The inmate dormitory fund, the transfer out is actually lower by almost $700,000. And the reason for that is we're seeing our counts, and you see those counts in the monthly reports. The average daily population is up. We're hesitant to go up to where it is. We want to kind of pick a range that we can get more a stable number. For one reason is certainly for budgeting, incremental budgeting is far superior than up and down, and that's even why actuaries use smoothing effects. We're kind of applying that same thing here. And so far this year, we're at 125. We're at 42 in 2024. So again, we're just trying to pick where we think that number is going to be. Tether is an important part of our tools to manage inmate populations, but also provide individuals before their adjudication in the court opportunity to remain with family, continue to have employment. We just think that that's good. So continuing that at $190,000 and the split between the two courts, district and circuit court. When we look at some of the transfers out from the general fund, so these are expenses to the general fund. They show up as revenue into the special revenue funds. Public health, friend of the court, and child care fund, these special revenue funds, no change year over year. We're able to hold those transfers out the same amount. The thing that I want to draw your attention to, and I go back to the meeting in April where the board asked for consideration to reduce the 911 surcharge from what it is now at $2. And so we took a stab at that, and if we lowered it to $1.44 per device per month, that would equate to $1 million transfer out from the general fund. And so that's one of those things where we want you to think about that. $1 million is easy for us to just, plug in, plug out, and the board needs to weigh in on what do you want us to do with that, or you can pick some other number and we'll certainly make it work. The Fairview millage is funded exclusively into Fund 291. I'm sorry, not exclusively. They also receive other funds as well. And then the museum fund is millage. There's no general fund support to either one of those funds. Some key areas when we talk about employee and retiree and benefit programs, the defined benefit pension plan, we consistently contribute 100% of what the actuary determines our contribution to be, the actuarially determined contribution, which is ADC. What I show on the screen is in black is the rate, and then in red is the reduced rate by the county pre-funding that in the first week in January. We fund the full year contribution. The pension trusts use that for cash flow and other needs. They don't have to, withdraw and cash any assets, and so we get a reduced rate for that, and it amounts to $287,000 in reduced rates. So we think that's still a good financial measurement or financial management tool, and we're continuing to do that. So you can see the employer contribution, $8.44 million, and the employee total of $9.25 million from those groups. Our employer contribution is up a little over $1 million. On the defined contribution pension, which is the DC side of the aisle, we're going to contribute 9% of payroll next year, and we show you what we've calculated at this point for the employer, up about $400,000 $400,000. The employee contribution, just under $1 million. It's higher by $125,000. Both of those driven as a percentage of total wages, and as you heard earlier, wage adjustments taking hold across the organization, and that's going to push those dollar amounts up. On the defined benefit retiree health care plan, it's funded at 116%. We continue to lower and draw down the contribution that we're making annually, and we're now cashing those assets in the trust to be able to make those retiree health care benefit claims. It's actually a reimbursement to our internal service fund. We have kind of a complicated process that we go through, that they're paid, and then we reimburse out of the retiree health care trust fund. But, you know, it's a great opportunity to continue to take advantage of some of those savings by the funded ratio being what it is. And then finally, the defined contribution healthcare savings plan. Our contribution as an employer is going up to 4% from 3%. So that's a total increase, again, tied to, we do it based on wages, and so that's up year over year. And then the employee cost, just under $800,000, no change in their rate. Healthcare, maybe you've seen the CEO from Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan penning letters to the editor about rate increases and the reason for that. I think today there was a counter from the hospitals saying, well, you're blaming it all on us. It's not us. So they're going back and forth. But what we see across the market are increases anywhere from 11 to 15% for small groups. We are down 2.34% overall. Now that includes healthcare, optical, and dental and vision. So when we put all those together, our overall rate is only up a little over 2%. I think that's outstanding. And so if we looked at just healthcare, though, which that's been the commentary in the media, we're at 6%. But again, when you put those together. Now we'll have some minor adjustments as employees make plan choices that'll change that a little bit, but not too much. So our total program cost is up $96,000, $6.6 million. So I think that's really outstanding for the employees, their families, in terms of healthcare affordability, certainly for the organization, so that we have more money that we can plow into services to our community. Employee compensation, very quickly, base wage adjustments are included at 3% across the organization, and I say that from kind of the pattern bargaining approach to it. Base wages are up 12.5% in aggregate since 2022, like 2.5% on average per year, and it doesn't include those adjustments that we made in 2020 through 2024. We've got everything built in, Sue, in terms of the employee model to make sure that we're picking up step increases or anything else, both in the CBAs as well as when employees came into the organization where there's step increases. So the budget wage category across the organization is up $1.1 million. Again, some of that's all funds, and so some of those costs are paid by other funds, and so it's not all general fund. On the capital expenditures, we're really holding the line there. Actually, it's down a little bit, and so we think we can achieve what we need to do there with that. Very quickly, top 10, I can't add. I'm not good with numbers. There's actually only 8. Jump ahead, see, I had to renumber them. I missed that, Grace, in the final. I was counting the numbers, so I missed that. But pension, that's a driver. That's our first obligation. That's a contractual obligation, so we meet that first. Some of these I've already covered, so I'm not going to go into them. I have agency. That's county agency in blue there that I'm showing. That's not funded out of the general fund, but they're one of the employee groups in the pension, so I always include them because the drain commissioner acts as the county agent of the county board, and so it's important that we include them as well. Inmate dormitory, we talked about where that is at. So as their population, average count goes up and it's consistent, and we look at the rate, $100 per day, we roll all that out, it's a savings to the general fund in terms of lowering the transfer out to the inmate dormitory fund. Talked about the healthcare costs. I always like to hit the good news. Central Dispatch, we'll talk about it here briefly to note it, and then we'll talk about it again later. Budgeted revenues are higher. Property taxes are up $1.1 million. We did decrease the prior year adjustments. By what I mean by that, as adjustments are made in the prior year, that rolls back into the net revenues, and so we've adjusted that. And this is, all done. It's not magic, but it's Wolford's work, and we work with Mike, and he provides us the numbers, and he's been pretty darn consistent throughout the years. Senior citizens millage, you already adopted that. It actually should say winter tax bills 2025 will be at that. We've been through a round with all of the departments, got their requests back. And part of that round is, some sub back and forths with their requests and why this, or what are you doing here, or why the change here? Hey, this hasn't been at this amount for the last 3 years. Why haven't you reduced it? You're increasing them, but you're not reducing them. And so that's all the line item detail that goes in behind. But we're at 90+% of what the departments are asking in terms of funding. It's not like we're just giving it to them. They've got legitimate reasons why, consistent in terms of their operational expenses or what they're doing, or they've got something planned. And so they make a case for it, and we follow through with that. And then the capital funding of the programs, we've got some elevator maintenance that we haven't done really any significant modernization of our elevators. This building was opened in 1985. We haven't done anything with these. I'm going to defer those a year, but I want to do the ones in the courthouse, the jail, and the Kemmerling building, and then the next year pick up the annex. In the city police side, there's an elevator, and that will, take care of all of that. You get trapped in an elevator doesn't work. We've got mobility issues with people coming into our facility. They get a lot of use, and it's just, we need to make some investments there. So where are we at? So I'm giving you 3 years. The 2026 preliminary, our revenues are a little less than our expenditures at this point. And we look ahead at 2027, we're still in the red. The adopted budget is there on the right in the current year. So our preliminary budgeted revenues are $2 million, or 3.3% higher than the 2025 adopted budget. But our planned expenditures at this point are $3.5 million, or 5.7% higher than the 2025 adopted. And so that difference is where we're at the shortfall. Keep in mind, take off $1 million if you don't do the surcharge or plug whatever number into that, and then your shortfall is, it's $500,000. And so, as I always caution, those numbers will change because we are still working on the budget. I'm just kind of giving you, this is where we're at as of last Friday with these numbers, Thursday with these numbers. And so, when we look ahead or look back, last year at this time, we thought the budget, our projections would be 61. It's a very granular approach to the second year, but I don't think we're that far off in a $63 million budget. So that's where we're at. So what's left? We sent budget worksheets back out to the departments on Friday, and so we're getting their final edits review. They're due back October 31st on Halloween. We don't want to get scared when they send them back. But then we're asking them review, make sure there's nothing else that we're missing. It's your budget, it's not ours per se. So make sure we've got everything, and then we've got to go through and update all of our figures. We're making sure we're taking a final pass on all the revenue numbers, making sure we're not missing anything there. And then we'll be prepared to come back and make a preliminary budget update to the board at our next meeting on November 4th. And then we're going to be asking the board, in the not too distant future, what do you want to do with the 911 surcharge? And then this is kind of where we're at tonight, giving you the update. In the next week or so, 10 days, we're going to be continuing to work on the budget, and we're also doing this financial management conversion project, which is a heavy lift in its own. And then these are the two meetings in November where we can take some steps and get ready for a budget hearing and adoption when the board sees fit. So with that, Mr. Chairman, happy to answer any questions as best I can.
Couple quick questions. With the revenues for the proposed 2026 budget, does that include the 911 surcharge at this point?
The 911 surcharge is a separate fund, Commissioner, and so those revenues are recorded in that special revenue fund. So that number does not include the revenues. What it includes is just the general fund and all the other sources of revenue that go into the general fund. So there's no mixing, if you will, of 911 surcharge revenues into this general fund. That's a completely separate.
You can't anticipate that surcharge to offset the red here.
No, they're separate. So we look at all the telephone devices and those estimates for that revenue to come in, and that then is all contained within, that's a restricted fund. So those 911 surcharge monies and the state 911 money that comes into that is all in that special revenue fund. And then we record the revenue and the expenditures. What we're talking about with this reduction of the surcharge, that equates to $1 million. And so that central dispatch, to make them whole, that would be an expense to the general fund, and you would see transfer out from the general fund and then a transfer into the central dispatch fund, Fund 261. So I hope I explained.
And then what, if any, can we anticipate now of a 2025 budget surplus?
It's
almost November.
Yeah, it's early. I'm going to go back to what, and I hate to be a broken record, but I'm going to go back to what's ingrained in the culture of this organization. Departments are fiscally studious about making sure that they're watching their expenditures on their cost centers. They do their level best, and at the last couple of weeks of the year, Sue then takes it from there and finishes it up and makes sure we're where we need to be. I don't see anything out there that's giving us any indication that we're going to end short, that we're going to end in deficit spending. And we're not allowed to do that. And so if we see that coming, that's our obligation to report that. But I don't see it. And so I expect, like we've always done for the last 15 years, is generate an operating surplus based upon expenditures being less than actual revenues.
I have one quick question. Back to 911, is this going to hurt their operations by taking that amount from their budget?
We would be reducing their revenue by $1 million and then replacing it with general fund revenue. So their surcharge generates X amount of money. If we reduce their surcharge to $1.44 per device per month, that equates to $1 million.
We got to take it across.
And so to make them whole, we would have to transfer, it would be an expense then. Right now, it's not an expense to the general fund. We are creating a new expense to the general fund to reduce that surcharge by that amount. So it would be $1 million that we'd have to make up.
And it'll make all the phone people happy, so to speak. Instead of a $2, it'll be about $1.40.
I can't answer that question.
I would think.
That's
Yes, it will.
way above my pay grade.
Yeah, I would think, depending on how many phones you got.
Well, they paid the taxes, and that's the overage of money that we have. They've already paid those taxes, so it's kind of nice that we have that. So.
Commissioner Moore, did you have a question? What is our operating surplus? You mentioned you have an operating, what is our fund surplus?
Oh, our fund balance?
Fund balance.
When I take out commitments that we've already made to, we have museum, we had the bridge, the underpass. Is there anything else? Yeah, I'm going to say it's right around 44 million. Now, some of that is designated for particular purposes, and so I need to get you like the unrestricted fund balance. That's just fund balance, but then there are 5 designations of fund balance. Like some of that is committed, and you can't spend the same money twice is really what that means.
Okay.
But we can follow up and just shoot that out to the board.
Thank you.
Anything else from any commissioner? Okay, thank you.
Thank you. We'll now move into the consent agenda. Item 1, approval of non-claims. Check register dated October 10, 2025 in the amount of $840,007.24. Item B, check register dated October 17, 2025 in the amount of $541,529.31. Could I get a motion on this? Moved by Asper, supported by Lamore. Are there any questions on this? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Wenzel,
Yes.
Commissioner Swartout,
Yes.
Commissioner Moore,
Yes.
Commissioner Levens, Commissioner Hoffman,
Yes.
Commissioner Asper,
Yes.
Commissioner Heinzerling,
Yes.
Commissioner Lamore.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Next, under communications, item 1, letter dated October 13, 2025, from Ms. Jamie Dean, Health Department Director, requesting approval to apply for and accept a medical marijuana and oversight grant from the Michigan Department of Licensing and Regulatory Affairs in the amount of $60,059 with no match required. Could I get a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Moved by Swartout, supported by Huffman. Are there questions on this motion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Commissioner Swartout,
Yes.
Commissioner Moore,
Yes.
Commissioner Levens,
Yes.
Commissioner Hoffman,
Yes.
Commissioner Asper,
Yes.
Commissioner Heinzerling,
Yes.
Commissioner Lamore,
Yes.
Commissioner Wenzel.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Item number 2, letter dated October 16, 2025, from Ms. Mary Gantos, Indigent Defense Managing Attorney, requesting approval to accept the MIDC Grant Award in the amount of $2,843,381.42, with a county match of $217,053.37. The total program amount is $3,060,434.79. Could I- Moved by Levens,
Second.
supported by Lamore. Are there questions on this? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Commissioner Moore,
Yes.
Commissioner Levens,
Yes.
Commissioner Hoffman,
Yes.
Commissioner Asper,
Yes.
Commissioner Heinzerling,
Yes.
Commissioner Lamore,
Yes.
Commissioner Wenzel,
Yes.
Commissioner Swartout.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Item 3, letter dated October 21, 2025, from Mr. Jason Berry, Community Planning and Engagement Director, requesting approval of the Wayne State University opioid settlement proposed service program at an annual cost of $45,800. Could I get a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Lamore, supported by Heinzerling. Are there questions on this motion?
Can you just remind me what this program is? It's not coming to mind.
Jason?
Was this part of our 3-year plan on the opioid settlement funds, or is this something different that I'm not recognizing?
Good evening, Commissioners. Yes, to answer your question, it is part of our plan. It's been part of our plan since the beginning. This particular group received funding to provide these services from an MDHHS grant. That was discontinued at the end of September. So we want to continue with that and use opioid settlement funds to provide this service 100%. So.
Okay, so this is the first time we're funding this out of the opioid settlement funds. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, that's why it seemed a little different to me. Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Levens,
Yes.
Commissioner Hoffman,
Yes.
Commissioner Asper,
Yes.
Commissioner Heinzerling, Commissioner Lamore,
Yes.
Commissioner Wenzel,
Yes.
Commissioner Swartout,
Yes.
Commissioner Moore.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Is there any old business? New business? We'll now enter our second round of public comment. Are there citizens in the audience that wish to address the board? Seeing none, we'll move into announcements, of which there are none. I'll now move into members' time. Commissioner Moore?
Pass.
Commissioner Swartout?
Pass.
Commissioner Lamore?
Pass.
Commissioner Heinzerling?
Pass.
Commissioner Asper?
Not a chance ever. No, I just want to remind everybody about that. Basically, an open house in a way in a hall at the Ellis Library, because there were a lot of comments on Facebook where people thought that they couldn't do mental health services unless they had Medicaid. And now that the mental health has, you know, CCBHC, which allows us to do private insurances and so on and so forth, that's opened up a lot. And then there's, we have a crisis center and actually a van that can go out and so on and so forth. And I just think that there are so many mental health needs, and it would be great if we were, you know, if we were well equipped with knowing about that to tell our constituents, but just for the general public, so that there's not that misunderstanding. That's it.
Commissioner Huffman.
Yeah, what's the date of that, Dawn?
It's tomorrow from 3 to 5 at Ellis Library.
That's on 50.
Right, just right across from the fairgrounds.
Thank you. Just one thing, I got that petition, I had copies of it laying in the back for anybody that feels free to grab one. This thing is it's in good progress, and it's moving, it's in front of committee now. So they're gonna stiffen up the words in that thing, and it's looking good, like, we might see this thing hopefully on the ballot in 3 years. And then the taxpayers that vote can make the decision right from wrong, who should be sitting up in here and who's not sitting up here. Thank you.
Vice Chair Levens.
Nothing further this time?
I will pass and adjourn the meeting.